Right, good evening and welcome to Sunday Sport. I'm Nicole, Kente, and I'm joined again this evening with my colleague Simnikiwe, Xabanisa in studio here with us. Now, we have a lot to get through to this evening, so we're going to get straight into it. World Cup-winning Springbok centre Lukhanyo Am is our first guest. He joins us via Zoom from Durban to chat to us about his latest development program, and of course we do have to talk rugby with him as well, so we will do that. Now, Lukhanyo, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a bit about your development program.
Good evening, Nicole. Yes, so the program is based on school sports program, and the program we're using technology on recording school games in all codes: netball, hockey, soccer, and rugby. And I think that the initiative that SuperSport started on school sports program was to record young talent and try to nurture and find young talent from school. And I think by recording them, giving them this opportunity of exposure will give them a better chance of being seen, whether scouted or recording for their coaching, and just closing the gap of giving smaller schools opportunity to be seen.
And tell me, Lukhanyo, what was the, how did you get to be involved in particular? Was it tied into your particular background? What was the thinking behind getting you involved?
Yeah, for me, when I heard this great initiative of SuperSport schools, I was really excited to be part of. Of course, it's something that I could relate to, because I also was a schoolboy at some stage that wasn't in a school that was recognized for the rugby that I played. And I would say I missed a lot of opportunities and to be seen or to even play on the big stage as a schoolboy. So, being part of this program means a lot to me, because it's something that I can relate to and something that I know how it feels as a young schoolboy, not being noticed or being on the big stage.
Now, Lukhanyo, of course, we all know now what has happened, sadly, with the Rainbow Cup, which has been split into two tournaments. What does this mean for South African-based players who are in contention for to face the British and Irish Lions, who will now, of course, miss out on the opportunity to have this cross-border competition beforehand?
Yeah, I think it's another challenge, and we've been through challenges in the past 2 years for us as athletes. Unfortunately, we can't do much and we can't control that part. So from our side, we'll definitely try reaching as much as we can in terms of training and playing amongst each other, because we know what the standards are and we know where we want to be, and especially with the British and Irish Lions series that's coming ahead. So unfortunately, we won't be able to play abroad against other international players with the Rainbow Cup. But from our side, we'll definitely try to prepare as hard as we can.
And are you guys a bit sick of playing each other? I mean, it's been Super Rugby Unlocked, Curry Cup, Preparation Cup, now Rainbow Cup, South Africa. I mean, are you guys getting a bit sick of seeing each other?
I wouldn't say that. I think every franchise or every team you play against brings a different challenge, and to be honest, it's been a very long year when we couldn't play rugby at all. So just being back on the pitch and being playing, whether it's against each other or teams abroad, I think it's really good for us as players and for the unions.
That's great to hear. Lukhanyo, thank you so much again for joining us this evening. It was really great chatting with you. Now, as I said, we do have a lot to get through this evening, so let's go to the United Kingdom now and welcome former Manning Rangers defender Courtney Freese. Clubs in the UK signed up for the European Super League and promptly withdrew, as you all know. But Real Madrid president, whose team and rivals Barcelona are still in the project, insist that the UK teams are bound by contract. Now, he has not given up on this rejected project. Courtney joins us via Skype from Sussex, and we're going to chat a bit more about some football. Courtney, good evening to you, and thank you so much for joining us. Of course, there have been claims that the European Super League poses a threat to the Champions League. What is your view on this?
Well, the European Super League poses a threat to everybody because it's just exploitation. The current Champions League format, which some managers and some presidents are not happy with, has been going for a very long time. But currently, at this point in time, they are looking to readdress this format. The manner in which they've gone about doing it, behind everybody's backs, signing these contracts that nobody knew about, is shocking.
Courtney, just looking at the fact that yes, the Super League was announced, and then obviously 48 hours later it practically didn't exist. Should we consider this to be the end of it, or is it a simple case of that the genie's out of the bottle, and that kind of thought process is now taking place, and it's only a matter of time before they come back with a better sort of reasoned version of the same thing?
Firstly, let's just go back to the history of this conversation. The European Super League, it's not last week. It hasn't been around. The conversation has not been around from last week. The conversation has been around from 2004, where teams spoke about a breakaway league with the best teams playing. They will go away, and they will come back with something to offer the leagues again. The biggest attraction here is the money. And this is why I say the people that are getting exploited the most are the fans. But the European Super League will definitely come back with another offer.
Just out of interest.
It won't disappear because contracts have been signed. And as the Real Madrid president this week said, the contracts are there. They are binding. It's not just a mere fact of the club's walking away.
Courtney, I actually wanted to ask you that. Sorry, Sims. With contracts having been signed, I mean, you're actually bound by whatever terms are within that contract. So surely they're not going to be able to just simply get out of it. So whilst, many have withdrawn, what then happens because of the contracts? Are they going to be forced to come back?
Well, at this point in time, we're not too sure what action will be taken. But I think it's not as simple as what FSG, the Etihad owners, have made out to be, that, well, we won't just do this, we will walk away from this European Super League. It's not that simple. They've got the financial backing of JP Morgan alongside this project. So I don't think the announcement would have just been something simple. There was a lot of work done in the background. It's not just a matter of walking away. The biggest problem here is, once again, the poorest people, who are the supporters, start getting exploited again.
Now there's talk about Celtic and Rangers joining the Premier League, the two leading Scottish sides. Is it not, in a strange way, for a British league, if you want to call it that, is it not a super league of sorts to actually take the two best Scottish side, which are miles ahead of everybody else, and include them in a higher sort of what's your take on it?
Well, it's exactly the same problem in a different area. That's all it is. By removing Celtic and Rangers from the Scottish Premier League, you make that league weaker, less money into the league, which then harms those players, those supporters, and those fans. It's exactly the same problem. This has been an age-old conversation of Celtic and Rangers coming down into the Premier League. It hasn't happened for years. I can't see it happening because it just harms the Scottish League more by removing the two teams.
Courtney, thank you so much for making the time. It really is a pleasure to always chat with you. We have run out of time now. Coming up on Sunday Sport, promoted last year, Arminia Bielefeld has linked up with South African football and are keen to help develop the local game. Stay with us.